Good afternoon. Imagine you own a small deli in a sprawling metropolitan area. Your deli is known for making the best grilled cheese sandwich. You have customers coming and going day in and day out. Now imagine that your cheese supplier tells you that they're no longer going to be able to supply the cheese that's demanded in your standard order. You think, well, no big deal. We'll just find another cheese supplier who can meet our demands. Well, a couple of days later, you start noticing a decrease in your customer base. Then a week later, you calculated a 17% loss of customers. This is a classic case where demand exceeds supply. And what if I were to tell you that that same case is happening across our public schools? Well, there has been a 17% decline in qualified special education teachers and a steady increase of students who need special education. So what do? Well, being aware is the first step towards a resolution. And consequently, this decline creates ample job availability and job opportunity in the special education field. I have the privilege of working with our special education department as an assistant teacher at our local elementary school. And if you share my same valor of honoring God's values in job security and availability in a high-need field, then special education might be a career path to consider. In the minutes that follow, I will first present evidence in the decline of special education teachers nationwide. Second, job description, pay, the projected outlook, the prerequisites, and following up with the opportunities for reflecting God's values. Let us begin with a closer examination in the decline of special education teachers. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the decline in qualified special education teachers began in 2005, as demonstrated in this graph provided by Education Weekly, with a steady decline of 17% through 2012. If you look at this graph, also provided by Education Weekly, you will see that in 2015, that special needs students surpassed the availability of special education teachers. Next, we will examine the fundamentals of the field. Most special education teachers work within the public schools. They work with students who have mental and physical disabilities. And depending on the severity of the disability, some special education teachers assist students with developing basic life skills. Pay for special education teacher varies by state. However, according to the 2019 Bureau of Labor Statistics, the median annual wage is $61,000 per year. And the overall lookout for 2028 projects 14,000 more job openings to special education. Following the framework of special education teaching, let's turn to job prerequisites. In all states, public school special education teachers require at least a bachelor's degree and a state certification, completion of a student teaching program, and be able to pass state-specific assessment tests. Bachelor's degree in special education generally takes 4 to 5 years in an accredited teacher preparation program that are offered by many universities and even available online. And this brings me to the final area of discussion. The special education field presents rewarding vocational opportunities for reflecting God's values. God's value of love and compassion for all His people is seen in Leviticus chapter 19, verse 14. God values our advocation and support for those who are disabled, as noted in Proverbs chapter 31, verse 8. So a career in special education teaching promotes such values through their works. And this brings me to the conclusion of our discussion. We have examined a career field where demand exceeds the supply, and the projection for 2028 continues to show this uneven ratio. This career is that of special education teacher. We have seen the promising job availability outlook, job security, potential pay. We've touched upon the career prerequisites, and I have demonstrated how the field honors God's values of love, compassion, and advocation for all His children. Today we have taken apart the framework down to the foundation of special education teaching. In this foundation being the platform in which to advocate God's values and advocate for His children. If you want to become a part of this framework and foundation, you may consider a career as a special education teacher. Thank you for your time. Patience.